get to fall asleep in NRG while they had that time off, and his version 1 is still trudging along. Oh, and it is quick. A main control. Som will take it, and this is it's the exact opposite of what we saw again from that Evil Genius's attack. They would slowly take this. They would allow Boostio to slowly creep on up. NRG, they're not having any of that. They're just taking it.
Yeah, that they are. My biggest question going into this map was, how do we implement the Neon? Because obviously, we were casting the other game, didn't get a chance to watch NRG beat the Knights with this setup. So, excited to see what they can do with it. Som bought some rotations, 4 strong towards A. That's what V1 is working with. If this execute does end towards the B site, there'll likely just be a retake. But what are the intentions here? NRG's actually doubling back, looking to claim that spike. They could be walking into the stack here if they're not careful.
And a reminder that this is pre-patch Neon. So that fast lane, although not available here in this round, it's not very safe to push on through and try to contest. And, well, speaking of contention, this is it's difficult to get through. On the pistol round, the wall gets so much, and, well, there's only 35 seconds. They have to cut through it.
They really do. And Zellsis is holding just on the other side. He still has a nade. That could be big to delay.
30 seconds left.
Oh, Boombot. It eventually gets the value, goes through the broken wall. NRG looking to hit this ace tight. They've been stalled out for just a second. Trying to take some long-range battles. Here come the Fate Shell just on the opposite side. The grenade call is there. And the bodies are starting to drop. Tex only finds one before being traded. And NRG, they're completely out of time. They were so fast at the start of the round. They slow it down and they just get squashed.
They were hoping that they could pull that effect, kind of wore on off, so the nade was available. Continue to zone off of that. NRG was walking into a meat grinder.
And it's fast again. The weaponry, exactly the same as we saw from NRG in the last version 1. Sitting a little prettier in that regard. The spray down Zellsis wanted to. He eventually gets to. effys takes one away, and eeiu actually going to take down the Classic King with the Classic himself, but another near flawless just around the corner. Tex can only hope to get a bit of damage, and that's all he will get. A couple of body shots find Zellsis, but the raze working toward.
Or when they fight for a main, it's a stun, then a follow-up. If you play that Neon right, if you play your cards correctly, you can get past that utility. You can find big impact, and having that KO as well to slow any util that would get version 1 out of that situation, it's a good comp. Let's see what they can do with it. It will be a contact play over towards B, just looking to claim this space, but no commitment just yet, as Ethan will be stunned on up and forced to concede A main.
And they chip it away at the wall, so you see a little bit of pressure still held out towards main.
Here.
No quick follow-up. Into look to rotate, and the rotations have been bought. And this site, it's split here for NRG. 2 on one side, 2 on the other, and slowly Ethan gonna be bringing up
Not the Bucky, man.
the rear. Oh, not the Bucky,
Not
Penny.
the
Not
Bucky,
the.
man.
I mean, these close angles. We saw version 1. As soon as they hear anything, they have no fear. They will run and gun. They will swing with the Spectres, with the Bucky. We'll see if anybody opts into taking the ropes. Impact's down. Wall goes up. The site to be taken, and the Spectre gets absolutely nothing. Zander immediately taken down. The site just about free. The Bucky's still here, but instead of the Bucky, it's the Headhunter, and it's blue in the kill feed. Version 1 doing their darndest to battle back, and, well, at the end of the day, find ourselves a 1v2. Penny's position noted earlier. Spike plant going down, narrowly finding that kill to cut it down to a 1v1, but instead...
All 5 players, in fact, leaning early over towards Dish. When you pair this orbital strike with hits towards A, you can get a lot of value, but V1, they've pushed in towards main. If they hold space towards main, that basically nullifies the effect that this hit on site could have and makes that retake all the more doable.
Four players strong here on drop. Good paint shells to force him back. Gets a bit of chip damage onto hazed, but not the end of the world. But how much has this stalled this push? Because the rotations again. They're here, version 1. They're not afraid to jump on over. It's the full buy round for both sides. And effys collapse 2, make it 3, make it 4. It's effys round to shut down NRG as WARDELL closes it out.
Ridiculous. 3-1 now. NRG back to the eco.
Back to the eco. We've seen damage dealt with guns like this, but we've seen even more with this specific weapon on this specific map. And in the hands of WARDELL, no stranger to finding multi-kills. His flash stuns are there and the relay bolts, but Zellsis trying to bail his team out. Unfortunately, couldn't save effys. Oh my goodness, Zellsis just doesn't care. That's 3 ults we've seen in the last 2 series from Zellsis, where it's an eco round.
Over towards the B ramp, see if he can get a peek off early. As WARDELL often does, I'd expect him to contact up B. If he doesn't see anything, that could be a big source of information. But NRG, they're showing the same kind of setup they did in the pistol. Fast neon control for A main, then relenting off of it. The goal of this setup isn't to fast hit the A side. It's just to get this space, and now they push even deeper. Really cool pop flash lineup to claim Sands.
Version1 likes to fight for this here. The flash on the opposite end. Some aggressive posture, flash again. Tags up the teammates just a bit, but they're able to trade 1 for 1. And NRG forced to back away through main. They'll go. The spike is on the opposite side of the map, and the rotations from Version1, they're gonna have to be through the middle here. We'll see if they get there in time. The spike sure taking its time. hazed queuing up the sky smokes. effys has the ult.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Rolling Thunder is available for this one. They're comfortable to concede this space. Even better, if WARDELL can get a shot, get away on this opener, that's all they're looking for. Zellsis, he gets the job done. Now they'll probably look to relent, hold back. The suppression ensures that no, they want to keep fighting. WARDELL holding the angle, legs, Ethan. Rolling Thunder now comes through, stuns up. So many on this site, but effys still gets it done. hazed now left alone, and his Molly has found a kill. The name trying to hound him down, but Zellsis is alone. Zellsis is low, but I mean, it doesn't even matter. However, the shutdown by V1, their util usage impeccable in this one. But now, a duel towards the north side of the map. Good stun to start things off, but WARDELL gets that wall down and will buy a little bit of time, buy an opportunity for him to post with that operator.
I'm out of here.
This is really interesting, right? They put so much into just grabbing that space over towards Arcade and then completely concede. We've seen this quite a few times from NRG thus far this game, where they'll use that neon, claim early space, and then fall back, just try and hold on. I feel like they're trying to bait out a reclear from V1, because we have seen them rotate rather quickly to contend. That's what happened in that round over towards Sands that did come down to an incredibly close 1 versus 2. But V1's not really overreacting. They keep 3 towards B. They're comfortable conceding that A site because they still have that Rolling Thunder for effys. Zander as well, with his ult online. V1's not really going to move here. So NRG, they use a ton of time. Don't get much done. Now with the pop flash through, looks like they do want to commit to B, but no one peeks off it. They just try and get WARDELL off the line, spot out that op, pause yet again.
30 seconds left.
Hit queued up, though. Fast lane out. That should allow for passage, but they don't go. They're stalled for just a moment longer, and they're running out of moments. 20 seconds left on the clock, and the angle's being held.
They use the null command here. That's my big question, because there's ults that can win this round straight up for V1. Rolling Thunder available. That'll get hazed off of the plant, but Tex still forward, gets something done. Plant is now on the floor. This round is over. Look at the time, 4 seconds left. There's nothing we can do. Penny shuts on down. NRG spends so much time, and they get really nothing.
There was so much time that the top side of that map, if anybody was in tow as they were rotating back over towards Arcade from Version1, I mean, that would have gone sour almost immediately, but this time he's all set up.
Sort of force pop. This is a double op round for Version1, so they're fine to play a little bit more passive, just have these ops forward for an early shot or early information. We might have a duel late over towards Dish. If that lurk is committed, WARDELL is holding it. That could be how things open up, but for now, stay stagnant. NRG again. Playing this one slowly. They'll double back towards the B site, and they'll also double back towards another op. They're unaware of the position of neither of these weapons thus far.
Aftershock, look at the delay. It actually splits the team. Saw him, the only member on the B site right now, all the way up into heaven, takes care of the rendezvous, so no teleport available for pennies. Orbital strikes get traded out as well, trying to delay the plant, pushing forward. It's still safe. No, not safe. hazed goes down. The spike eventually planted. We go back and forth. Som.
Flank from the north side. Look at this. They walled off the trademark, and now WARDELL has made it around. This could be a really big kill for him to pick up.
This is everything. They'll wall use just for that in out of audible range. Tex had no idea, but he picks up a kill just before he goes. And now WARDELL's the last one standing. He had such a big brain play to get to this point. Unfortunately, he's got nobody beside him to try and make this work, but maybe he doesn't need it. One more just around the corner. Slow orb up towards towers. Shot still available. 3 inside the operator. The spike continues to tick. A resurrection is online. Assam going to creep on out, and the re-equip for the op is just too long. NRG
thrown down to delay that hit on towards site. He was buying time. He was creating space for his team. That's all you can ask of a Neon.
Yeah, breaking up those timings. This time not necessarily a breach stun, but the aftershock. They claim that position in tower.
There.
Now inside the smoke we wait. It's that same look. 4 players together on one side. Tex all by his lonesome on the other. Nice flash. Gonna force Zander back for now. And once more the site's been taken. The relay bolts don't quite go too deep. The incendiary looks to keep him at bay for now. We'll be trading incendiaries back and forth. And Tex is ready for this. He scoops him up. He's lurking on the top side of the map. And he finally gets that value as WARDELL atop his wall. Grab one back. The health. Look at the health bars. A few stray rounds, and you have 2 more dead members on the side of NRG.
Knife pop there. Nothing found off of it, so still Tex just tucking in close. That KO alone on site. Feels like Sam might have to be the difference maker. Still healthy. In a good position to support here.
Look away from the flash. 2 players in the area. 5 HP Tex. Able to take down 1 of 2. Sam grabs up the next, and Ethan battles his way off the site. The health ball. We're getting close to a lot of these ultimates where that Neon fake to take that space quick is eventually going to be a quick site hit, and we'll see if version 1 are ready for it. And it seems like they want to go fast here, right on into Sands. But again, you cannot fight here. Version 1 will win it every single time as the no command comes through. Sure, the abilities are cut off, but the kills, they continue to go back and forth.
This round could have been on Tex, but he dies. And now they have to be worried about this north side flank. This will completely divide the members of NRG. One still locked in towards the site. 1 in main, 1 over towards Dish. Ethan's duel here could completely change the outcome or his non-committal to the duel. All of that is good. Now he'll realize with the resurrection on this north side, he'll have to stand and fight.
He's got a very, very tall task ahead of him. 3 players flashed out a second, maybe too late. No, Ethan good for 2 of 3 with 1 more just around the angle. Zellsis, you know he'll send it. Oh, the knife just misses and Ethan eventually falls, but they're trying to buy time. The incendiary was still in the back pocket and hazed has done just enough to get him off the spike. For now, it's half HP on the 2 players there. The incendiary still on top of the spike and NRG still on top of the round.
And it's exactly what you were talking about, Tanner. Right? They've been conditioning around 3 rounds in a row now, being able to pick on up. And version 1 onto a tough spot.
It's quick on the opposite side. 2 here for NRG. They go from halls out towards Dish. The A site completely conceded, but information garnered. At the very least, they know they're not on the bottom side of the map just yet. The trademark will catch the 3 of version 1 if they keep pushing forward. Oh, the hindsight. Oh, the hindsight that we have. That, you know, the site that you flexed towards for just a second. Well, it's open, and you're about to walk into the site that they've eco-stacked.
This round starts to get very weird. Smoke off on the south side of the map. That flank will be unknown, so full B main control to be expected here. NRG is taking a war on just one front, and I think the Neon's going to try and fake towards A, but no one should be biting on that. Now it's known that players are here. Now it's known that this flank can have value.
And they're going underneath the sewers. Zellsis will take down eeiu. Ethan quick on the trade. The odds even. 38 seconds. Let's say 35 seconds now on the clock. Teleport to get away, and with that, I think, okay, the A side's got to be open. These are usually the A players, and they're coming from sewers, which is a little awkward. So they take the site, push their way on, they'll get that spike planted. And what do they have to post up with? Oh, Sam on the cross. Taken down by Penny. Tex doesn't land the first shot. Taken here out towards the A site, and NRG, they're just falling apart. They plant for main. They want to play out that way. The Rolling Thunder used. If you got the ult, just send it. I don't see why not. It's a round win, a thrifty one at that for version 1.
4 players left alive in that too, Tanner. NRG, their plays have always been so reliant on just fighting for one side, staying together. Sometimes you see kind of that envoy sent in the breach and in the Neon together, but in this round, it was largely just a focus towards the north side of the map. The south was completely uncontested. V1 claims so much space, and then
Opting into the Guardian Light Shields, get a bit more utility with it. So basically full util across the board. They got a couple of ults so close.
Do they get Ethan or Haze the ult? What are they putting the priority on? I imagine they get Ethan the ult, then use the execute with the null command, combine that with the rolling thunder, or they save them. They're saving all these ults for the post plant. They know they can get this site at very least, but now rolling thunder through, Penny still gets a frag. They want to fight for the spawn control, and it's excellent. What a change of pace for NRG, and what a success for them. eeiu as well. They now put down that orbital strike. Zellsis is trapped a world away. NRG, a new idea, a new outcome here. Quite possibly. Unless Zellsis can fight back into this one. Crossfire established Ethan on one line. He isolates it, but two more players ready on the swing. And
defense here, right? I'm going to be so interested because it's not the same. I'm just going to run at you unless they do have some set plays where eeiu can get that fault line down and then Som can be right in the face. But at the start of things, it's tower control here for Som. And it's all 5 stacked up. We know the death ball's coming, and it seems like NRG know the death ball's coming as well. 4 players here to receive.
Yeah, but that knife, that should delay. Do they even want to go through? It has to be dry now, but the nade and Zellsis, the classic insane in his hand. Still Som up towards heaven, but spotted, and now Pinch. You can run, but you just can't hide from effys. A second for him as well. And now Tex is alone. A 1v4, spike to be planted. This is going to be tough.
Has a headhunter, has 5 shots, and only 4 heads to hunt. The classic in reserve, and the barrel spotted on 1. First kill there, second one
that was lined up,
doesn't
man.
quite line.
Make the decision. We're sending it. We're running through the smoke. We're disrespecting it. And with the nade grabbing a kill, Zellsis just right-clicking his way in too. It is tough to get that job done. Here's your answer to what the Neon can do on the defense. Get early ult orb control. Relay Bolt can zone a lot, similarly to what that fault line can do. Follow it up, get an orb on through, but unfortunately, in exchange, lose the site.
They have to give that one up and now work through barrier orb. You see Ethan going to work on it, trying to knife it down. It's all about damage, the name of the game. A shorty, a sheriff, a headhunter with 4 bullets is really all that NRG you have coming into this round. Now, the util's okay. Unfortunately, nothing really given up. The long angle's being held by version 1. Nobody pushing too aggressive. Smokes come down, though. This might be the go button for 3 players at the very least to try and retake this site. 2, meanwhile, are still on the top side. Tex and eeiu, they got to get a move on. They're running out of time. Maybe containment now the name of the game. As now it's NRG, not to give up anything. On the ropes goes effys. Gets weird for just a second. Tex finally able to answer. That's 2 of 4 used, though, in the paint shells. Try and allow for safe exits. Backstab. Penny there just in time to catch Tex to make sure that he goes down, and an ult orb will be assumed, and the spike will blow eeiu.
For Som to find success here, and you see the setup, it's going to be over towards the B ramp. Flash on in. Relay Bolt for Som. Run on through. No kills. No one here, but that's good information.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Version 1, storm onto that B site, all 5 there. This time, though, Som far off the site and ready to catch the members headed this way. 3 kills the way of the Neon. And he's not even showing us any crazy tech. He just pushed forward, understood they're coming from the opposite side of the map, knows that nobody's going to be lurking, and punishes them for it. Now, effys, it's a frenzy. Man, I don't have much hope for you. If it was a classic, there's a world where effys wins this round.
Maybe he's gonna get suppressed. Should be a dead man walking here. I've seen some crazy things with the frenzy, but this feels out of the realm of possibility. NRG did really well to realize what version 1 was doing, realize that it was going to be one of those hits where they can slide their way from one side of the map, and NRG, off that early play, controlled the
1, but with that flawless, it just means upgrades across the board where you need them. And if not upgrades, you get to hang on to what you had, buy up the util, and go back to it. Oh, look how fast. They know that nobody's on the top side.
I mean, version 1 does this a lot, and we saw this get the better of them in towards that first game of Fracture we saw today. They'll oftentimes come from one side, and oftentimes that gets the better, but in this one, Tex was spotted out. He was read into. Now smokes are up, and another player down. Ethan dies to Penny. This looked like everything was working out for NRG. They had all the information. They had all the map control. Everything was looking stellar. But then just the utility on these executes were great. Still, NRG alive in this one. Som has found Penny.
1 kill return. Flashed out. Som gonna leap on through. It's Zander there to trade. As Zellsis falls, Zander does it again. Zander just so crispy on the day. Sure, WARDELL falls. The spike Landed in a tough spot. Hayes gonna hop on. Aftershock through, and Hayes gets spotted as he swings around the box. effys waiting just a little too far.
If he wants to do something funky, get a little fast, see if we can get done with that lightning. But this one, it just will be the rifle instead. Another fight towards the south side, outside of B ramp, but the duel instead starts for Tex, taking down Penny. Both him and Hayes looking to fall away.
I thought there's no way that kill just happened, but we were watching Hayes' point of view. Instead, it's Tex just popping everybody's. Great. 2 for 1 on the round. Hayes still going wide on the shots, but he does good damage, but not enough damage. Eventually, effys gets picked up. WARDELL low HP, but he survives. The Bulldog taking a bite, but look at
No
Sam.
way.
He flubs it. It's completely gone sideways. He's fumbled it, and Ethan not in a position to be able to peek from anywhere except for ropes because of the wall.
And they hear that door closing. Do they just look to double back, or do they suspect that he's moved deeper? I think they want to try and fight the enemy that they know, or at least they suspect something on the other side. These doors he'll swing through, grabs one. WARDELL needs to trade that. And he does now. He has the resurrection as well. Here comes Penny, back to life. Ethan is in a 1 versus 2.
And the 0 point was a second too late. Ethan understood that the resurrection was coming through. Well, it does find its way. WARDELL finally going to be silenced, but now it's the resurrected Penny as the flash drive. Looks to blind up the chamber, who's now assumed position on the site. Fragments out, damage down. He's armorless. He's going to take the duel, and Ethan will manage the red. No, very sloppy. And with all of those kills happening, we've got all these ults that are about to happen, right? Tour de force, active for Penny. He's going to creep forward with this, try and be tip of the spear for the squad. And Dubai, and Zander sitting on a Bulldog. It's not great for version 1, and unfortunately the angles, they don't get much better with the sky smokes.
No. Version 1 now. Rolling Thunder, they're just looking to hit this one quickly. Nest control, though, that's my biggest question in this one. Can they dissuade the 2 players from NRG that are tucked in?
And where does the showstopper go? It goes the wrong way. Zellsis able to 180, finds the kill. He is eventually going to be traded. But still, the players inside tower, they've gone unchecked. The spike is here on the side. It's getting planted, and it's effys. Now to try and fight his way off of it. He was the catalyst to get on the site. And well, Sam will help him off the site as Zander meets the same fate. And Penny, oh no, it's just a classic for Penny. As he's suppressed for another 5 seconds. The spike being diffused in the round.
With the null command, this KO finding more and more value as the game goes on. Now, version 1 will just be down on towards this eco. However, we've seen them do some crazy things. You have to be careful of these sheriffs.
And that you do. They're trying to get that Rolling Thunder back online. We know a huge tool to catalyst V1.
He has 2,800. He's full saving in this round. I think he might want to try and get an operator on the attacking side.
Well, he looked pretty darn good in the retakes with the op, which is basically attacking for defenders. Gonna make sure this space isn't gained too easily through the fast lane. Zander will go, and he's going to be answered by Ethan, but the pistols, here we go. This is where it starts to get spooky. The confidence, it's starting to flood in for version 1, but it slips away as eeiu steals away the kill from Zellsis. The right click on the classic, it's just too good, but the spike is planted. A Rolling Thunder invested. effys picks one up almost immediately. What more can he get with WARDELL? A rifle in hand. It's now all up to Penny. And unfortunately, he's not enough. What a round from version 1. But it's NRG to put the point in the win column.
So many opportunities there for V1 to close that one on out. They had 2 players holding the angle somehow. NRG invests into the... I stand corrected. He does buy the op. Where do they want to place that?
Oof, Penny has to get out of dodge quickly. NRG want to garner this space here in A main. Still sending the shots out. I ain't gonna go back to it. This is risky business. And the attack looking two-pronged. But if I know anything from version 1, this tells me that this is not the final play, right? This is not the final destination. They would like to be able to link up. I think a lot is riding on what WARDELL can do here.
Yeah, they're trying to get an opportunity for the sniper to find value. Rolling Thunder on in. Can WARDELL get a peek, or can Sam hold the line? That's a more important question, because for now, he's anchoring well, even doubling back towards the top of the site. effys, though, clearing space elsewhere. Now Sam is alone, but he's still doing well for himself. Stun up. Sam here gets 2. Now it's just effys. 1 versus 2. But he has the play. He can wrap here all the way towards B. Is he aware of the possibility of the dish flank?
Who better? Who better than effys in a situation like this? He's
30
got the
seconds
space
left.
with Ethan. He's working all the way around. They're okay to maybe take the 1v1s, but at the very least, try and get these sound cues to call a teammate back over. But instead, effys is just so damn good. He knows what's happening here. He's sitting in Cerebro. He can read the play. Now he's got himself a free plant.
And look at the utility as well. He has a flash. He has that fault line as well. 7 bullets to work with. And Tex coming in the same direction as his fallen teammate, effys. To have the angle here, spots out his opponent now. He can just duck, dive for cover, wait. The time is in his favor.
If Tex has to make the play, effys has heaps to stall. As Tex wraps all the way around, is he expecting the close angle? They just escape each other once more. Now Tex going aggressive. effys ready for it, but he's not quick enough on the trigger. And Tex has done it again. Version 1, they push us to the brink, but NRG just keep finding ways to win these rounds.
10th round there.
Really have to whip it on here in this round, or else they're going to lose the lead. And with that, momentum just continues to bolster for NRG.
I think the bigger point, rather than winning this round for V1, is dealing damage, getting close to these ults. If they can earn effys his Rolling Thunder into the next round, if they have Zander's ult as well, there's a very good chance that they can just keep this going, even after a loss. What? Tex fat fingers his jump button, dies for it. Now it gets really weird. Som's flashed up. He's made a play through the smoke. And both effys and pennies, they find kills. It's a 2 versus 2. This never should have been close. And now effys off that plant will have the Rolling Thunder. Oh, this could all go wrong for NRG.
I don't know how they keep doing it. effys continues to get this ult online, but this is where they've struggled to hang on. Penny with 76 health. effys with just a bit less. As the sky smokes come down, Flash finds nothing. Are they ready for the angle here? Gonna be quick on the swing is hazed, and he is ready for it. Penny falls. Now the Rolling Thunder just to try and buy some time and maybe get something for himself. He's now got a Phantom, and he can look to take the fight. The flashes are there. They're stunned up. They're absolutely debilitated here. And this is the fault line goes through, just going wide as hazed needs to try and get it done. He's running out of time. He hops onto the spike for a second. It's the Red Bull clutch.
Slow things down. Take a moment. They go straight back in towards it. Tex another opportunity. With that operator. He has the right angle. Can he find the shot here?
He does. He's immediately traded back, though. So a 1-for-1. Chambers getting on the board. hazed the next to fall. But eeiu goes unchecked. He drops behind, and we continue the back and forth. Now the remainder of NRG, they're just behind him. Orbital strike right at his feet from Zander. Nerves of steel with 59 health. He can feel the heat from the Hammer of Dawn, but now can he feel the heat of the push? Oh, here comes the tour de force. 0 point, gonna make quick work of it, and they're just too fast. Psalm on the swing. They'll tie us up once more, and we keep going back and forth here on Fracture.
NRG. Man, version 1 had full idea of how that play was going to go, but a really, really clutch knife comes on out. That tour de force is point. Psalm with an operator. You don't often see the Neon picking up that gun, but he's making an attempt at it.
Listen, I'm not saying that this is the play. There are 4 orbs on the map. effys, well, okay. He gets one. He gets one, just not the way they had hoped. eeiu also in a net an orb with NRG, and this is the null command. This is going to slow things down. The halt button has been hit for version 1. Just out of range, though. The resurrection, it's awarded. And he's going to be back online. Like you said, the buy, it's not great. A Vandal, 3 Bulldog, Zellsis. Close to the showstopper. That could be the tool they need.
So they get site control. It's going to be really difficult for NRG to retake 2 operators. And 1 tour de force. Those 2 snipers very tough to fight the space back on in. Showstopper wall comes on up. He's waiting for the satchel, but Psalm doesn't find the shot. It has to be the retake now.
Psalm forced to back away. He's going to go back to it. He gets given a little bit, but he doesn't take the shot. Paint shells. Make sure he doesn't get too friendly here on the angle. WARDELL going to get that plant down. The overdrive, too, coming on through from long range. He's trying to get something done. He knew that he had to push forward. And Tex, it doesn't matter. Tex is just doing it all. He's got the tour de force. He almost had the ace. He's low HP. The round to NRG. I was so focused on how Psalm was about to work the map, and Tex just steals the round away.
I mean, Tex with that tour de force, his positioning was so excellent.
We've seen miracles. A lot of the times, especially in that last series for version 1, it was Penny at the helm of said miracle. This map seems to be Zellsis's for the most part, with effys right up there with him. Speaking of breach players, it's eeiu on the opposite side. Rolling Thunder queued up, but nothing to be had just yet.
We'll go towards B again. NRG setup is a little heavier towards A. They want to, if any information is gleamed, pinch their way in towards the lobby. Rolling Thunder, the Neon would follow that up, but that setup won't be tested. Instead, one's destination is B, and this will likely just be the retake for NRG. Ethan, though, that's a big kill to find through the smoke. WARDELL's trying to make a play. WARDELL is in close here. He takes down Ethan. Does he greed for more? Not yet. hazed. Now the orbital strike to work with, and that could take down Penny. Penny stuck, but gets away. TB's back, and where did effys come from? He just found a massive double, cutting this to a 3 versus 2. NRG, a retake at disadvantage.
And through the box, hazed will stop the plant. 35 seconds. They've got to cross. And it's a dangerous one. At that, as effys hops on the spike for just a second. He's going to have his ult if he gets the plant off, and he will be awarded. But both players here, there goes the Rolling Thunder. Tech's not affected. He's just on the outside as hazed is being run down. He uses the combat stim for some extra fire speed, extra movement, and it's all he needed. As Tex will close us out, and NRG have done it. They battle back on Fracture, and they steal the map away from version 1.
What a game there from NRG. It was close as could be throughout the entire